Because if you truly, in your heart of hearts, you believe a speaker, man, you would walk around in your town, events, invitations, want to speak here, there, all over. Right? Because you cannot not do that. I'm a big fan of NBA, specifically LeBron James. Anybody? Was just me. LeBron? Michael Jordan fans? LeBron James? Come on! Come on! Don't get me started. I love Michael Jordan. I watched the documentary. I love it. But come on, you're going to break the record in three games now? Number one scoring record?
63 more points and he passes Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Here you go.
He's going to break his leg.
Yeah? Wow! Wow! So let me tell you a story about LeBron James. If you type it up, LeBron James tattoo, do that at lunch. You're going to find in his back, chosen one. Gigantic, right? Chosen one. And then before the NBA, he tattooed chosen one. This is before I started playing. Now, years ago, I don't remember for 4 or 5 years ago, LeBron James went to Cleveland, was Miami, went to Cleveland. And now, at that time, Golden State broke Michael Jordan's record. Right? And you know, 72-10, they played 82 games. Best Michael Jordan team ever, won 72. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Green, they won 73-9. Best team ever in record. Now, best of 7. Golden State, best team ever, Cavs. Best of 7. Golden State won 3, Cleveland won 1. Now, one more game, Golden State is the champion. So I love to watch the post-game interviews because I actually learn about psychology. I love it. So I never forget when they interview LeBron James, the reporter goes, LeBron, you're going against the best team ever. He said, yeah. And no team ever came back from 3-1 on the finals. He goes, yeah. And you promised when you leave Miami to come back to Cleveland and you promised them a title. Yep. He said, do you feel the pressure? He goes, no. No. How come? He said, because every single day when I wake up, I stay true to the game of basketball and I live with the results. When he said that, my mind went, boom! Do you want to know why people complain about lack of patience, about the economy, about how hard it is? Because they're not staying true to the game they're playing. So I'm like, man, am I staying true to the game of speaking? The truth was, I wasn't. I could do way better. So are you staying true to the game of chiropractic? Are you staying true to the game of chiropractic? Some of you are like, yeah, of course, awesome. But you know your standards. You know you can do. So Roberto, is the message here, should I put a big tattoo in my back? Is that the lesson? No. Dr. Dean, what's your name? First name?
Dean.
I knew, right? I asked Dr. Dean. Now, from 0 to 100, 0 not being certain, 100 being certain, how certain are you your name is Dean?
100%.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Do you have any doubts?
0.
Do you have any fear? No, right? About your name not being...
The name, no.
Yeah, no, right? Do you have any uncertainty that your name is not your name, right?
0.
0. What if, with the same level of certainty that your name is your name, you knew you were the chosen one in your town, in your community, to communicate chiropractic at the highest level possible? What if you have the certainty that you know your name is your name, you have the same level of conviction? You know what? Without bragging, you don't have to announce, you don't have to talk about it. You just know an internal conviction that you are the chosen one to take your message to your community. Would you behave differently, guys? Yes or no? Yes. Amigos, yes or no?
Yes.
Would you speak with more power?
Yes.
Would you be more proactive with videos and booking talks? Yes or no?
Absolutely.
Of course. Why? Because you cannot not do that. You think about James wakes up in the morning like, I have to train. When you wake up like, boom, chosen one. To the chosen one before the NBA, breaking records. The identity has been there forever. Here's the good news. You don't have to change who you are. Hopefully, I inspire you today so that you can expand who you are. Put N, an amazing doctor of chiropractic, and say N. Right? Whatever the word suits you. Teacher, advocate, influencer, communicator, speaker, presenter. Why? Because when you change how you see yourself, your audience change how they see you.
2004, I hosted an event where we had, I don't know, maybe 300-400 people, and this guy Phil Tyrone showed up. And so Phil at the end of the event goes, hey, that was awesome. Do you want people to actually do what you're talking about? After being offended for a second, I said, well, of course. He goes, well, you got to meet this guy Roberto Monaco. So he introduces me to Roberto. And shortly after, my partner's died in a plane crash, so the day I was supposed to do with Roberto doesn't happen. Then I have this other guy that worked for me, his name is Garrett. He goes to an event and he says, you gotta meet this guy Roberto. And I said, dude, I know who Roberto is, let's reconnect. So I was speaking in Costa Mesa, and if I were to relive what that was like in Costa Mesa, I basically stood in one spot, nervous as hell, monotone, and Roberto filmed it as I talked to these financial professionals in the most painful manner possible. I would recreate it for you, but I like it too much. It was painful as hell. So he films it, and then we have a conversation where he critiqued it, and somehow he found the good in that and gave me all the good pieces in that critique, and some things to improve upon. I said, hey look, the other Garrett and I are going to host this event. Why don't you fly in? He got in at 9:30 that morning. We're going to present that night, and at the end of that night, 88 people out of the 121 people in attendance bought my workshop a week and a half later. He chest bumped me, fist bumped me. We watched the video until 3 a.m. with the critique. So I'm here to tell you this guy has massively impacted my life. He's a little too humble to say it. And the one-on-one coaching is at such another level of what you can get. I was not a speaker when I met him. I was not an influencer, but I wanted to be. And he took it to a completely different level of bringing me confidence and capability that I never had before. And dude, the guy, more than almost anyone I've ever met, just leads with value. It's always value first, more value, more value, more value. I always felt like I was ripping him off when I paid him, because I just felt like that's what he brought. And so he's come into this profession because I introduced him to someone, and absolutely, I think, can make a transformation if you engage with him and work with him. So, like I said, this was unsolicited. I just felt compelled to let you know the impact that this gentleman can make. So, thank you.